strong shalom to all the mighty men that's going out there laboring, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, doing all they can to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right there enduring the elements, 100-degree weathers, and the freezing below codes, everything that's trying to hinder the work of the Most High. Shalom, shalom. Want to give another strong shalom to all the mighty Akwath, all right, the sisters that are at home. They're reverencing their husbands, being teachers of good things, and the unmarried sisters being tender and delicate and on fire for the Most High God. Shalom, shalom. Want to give another strong shalom to all the mighty teenagers and children in the truth, doing all they can to make their calling and election sure. All right, it's Brother Tazamah.
Brother Shema with all.
Right, and the topic of this code cut is titled, if you're a brother, and if you're an Israelite man in this truth, and you're not on the highways and byways, hey, click this video, man. Right, we got something to tell you. Right, in this rated R, we got something to tell you, because why are you not on the highways and byways, man? All right, why are you not laboring? It's bigger than camp. You got certain brothers, they just, if I'm not gonna be in the camp, so I'm not gonna labor. Right, where's that at in the Bible, man? Jeremiah, he wasn't in the camp. Neither was Ezekiel. All right, neither was the apostles. They didn't have camps, but they still went out and did the work. You had different Israelites that was scattered that still went and did the work, man. So if you're an Israelite brother, you shouldn't be sitting on the couch right now. You got brothers right now on the Sabbath, they sitting on the couch. Hardy men. Men that have potential. Men that have some type of skill. Something they did in the world that they could use for the truth. And they sitting on the couch watching Esau getting sliced up by the word. Alright? You typing in Esau gets sliced up. That's off. Esau gets confounded. Boot kisses. If you're an Israelite man, I mean, the sister's supposed to be at home, brother. Why are you at home? Are you a sister now? The men of the Lord is supposed to be out on the highways and byways. No excuses. All right? Don't matter if you're in a camp. If you not in the camp, it's a commandment by Yahushua, chiefly by the Most High sent. And then Yahushua told us to be on the highways and the hedges. All right, let's get that. It disconnected. All right, let's go to the. I'm not gonna be able to pull a lot of precepts, right? But let's go to Luke 14:23, the classic. All right, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 14 and 23.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Right, so the Lord said, hey, go into the highways and the hedges. Right, go into the highways and the byways. Go out there where the people is and go do the work, man. He said that unto the servant. Hey, wait, read that precept again.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 12, Salakia. Chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Right, the Lord said unto his servants. Who is the Lord's servants, man? Let's go to Leviticus chapter 25 and 55. Let's see who the servants are. Right, if you're an Israelite man, you a servant. If you an Israelite in the truth, period, you're a servant. Nevertheless, this is for the men. So you can bring it out.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 55. For unto me the children of Israel are servants.
Are what?
Are servants.
So the children of Israel, they're servants. And the Lord said, go into the highways and the byways and compel my people to come in. All right, he said that unto the servants. So if you're an Israelite, you're a servant. Didn't the Lord say the servant is not greater than his master? All right, let's get that in John chapter 15 and 18. You're not greater than Yahushua. Yahushua, he was in the chief place of concourse, right? He was in the highways and the hedges, on the byways. So if you're not on the highways and the hedges, you just completely, and you're an Israelite man, you're just completely going off. All right, we just tell you going off. What the hell are you doing? Get your A up and get out there and go feed the people, man. The more brothers we have feeding the people, the easier it's gonna be. That's like one brother, he just laboring, he working hard himself. All right, he's struggling, he just out there by himself. The Lord said 2 are better than 1. Imagine if 5 brothers go out there and just help him. You got one brother out there teaching, and he going at war versus 500 demons by himself. You just leave your brother just out there and not being your brother's keeper. Imagine if 10 brothers was to go out there. And we know it's a lot of Israelites in Chicago, man. It's over 3 million people in Chicago. And not even 100,000 brothers is out there on the highways and byways. Right? That's a lot of other people left, man. So if you're an Israelite man, again, you need to be on the highways and the hedges.
Right? This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
Read that again.
The servant is not greater than his Lord.
Right? You're not greater than Yahushua, man. Yahushua, he's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. And Yahushua, he was walking through the midst of the people, man. He had the Mount on discernment. All right. When he was giving out knowledge, edification, he walking in the way, telling people to believe on his Father, healing people, healing the sick. You need to do the same thing, man. Our people need help. Right? Our people is lost. They strung out on drugs. All right. Our women, they don't have no type of structure and no head. All right. Our children is out here lost. They need the law. They need the precepts. And you, regardless if you could teach or read, all right, you could just be a brother that's just praying all day in the midst of the camp. You know how beautiful that is? All the brothers laboring, we just got one brother just praying the whole time for camp. That's a job you could do. You don't have to just be a teacher, man. All right? You could do flyers. Anything to help the brethren that's out there. All right? So if Yahushua said the servant is not greater than his master, and Yahushua was out there, what are you doing on the couch eating Cheetos, man? Watching Esau get sliced up, laughing, kicking your feet back, breaking the Shabbat, ultimately. Then the Lord said, gather yourselves together and do this work. That's Zephaniah 2:1. So if you're not gathering yourselves together, you being an individualite, you being in that individualite spirit, man. You just want to be by yourself all the time. You're not being a wise man. All right, let me, I want Sirach 37 and 23. All right, Sirach chapter 37 and 23.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 23. A wise man instructeth his people.
Read that again.
A wise man instructeth his people.
So if you're a wise man, you're going to instruct your people. All right, just plain period. If you're not instructing your people, you're not a wise man. You're a fool. All right? Because you're selfish. All right? You're very selfish. You don't want to get out of captivity. These the same brothers that say, hey, I want to get up out of captivity. You don't want to get out of captivity, man. You're not instructing your people. The Lord said a wise man instructed his people. Read on.
Right. And the fruits of his understanding fail not.
And hey, that man is not gonna fail, man, because all his mind is on, man, I gotta instruct my people. Let me check out this article I can instruct my people on. Let me read, let me study, let me pray. That man, he's gonna make a difference. All right. If you as a man on this earth, the way he fulfill his purpose in one aspect. Yes, we know it's keeping the commandments, but if a man is not changing the world in some type of way while he's on this earth, men change the world. That's a part of their purpose. If you're not changing this world in some type of way, you're not, as a man, you're not achieving anything. You have to change this world, man. You have to be a change in it. You have to be that man that's saying, wow, man, he's doing something different in the community, right? He's actually giving back to his people, right? He's actually teaching his people. Man, he's holding Zoom calls, teaching sisters how to be righteous, all right? Teaching men how to be men good fathers to their children. That's how you know that you change in the game. Right, I got one more precept, Proverbs 11:30. All right, Proverbs chapter 11 and 30.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 30.
And so, like a lot of you brothers, man, you need a whooping, man, by the Most High God. Right, a lot of you men, cause you lazy. All right, you know how many excuses we hear? I don't know if I'm ready yet. Right. I don't think that's for me. What if you said, oh, I don't think working was for me? You would be broke, man. You wouldn't have a job. You wouldn't have any money. How much more are you laboring on a spiritual level? You're going to be spiritually broke. Because you're not doing, I mean, you could be doing the work, but you need to be on those, there's many different ways to do the work, but you need to be on the highways and the hedges. We just read that in Luke 14 and 23. The servant compelled them to go into the highways and hedges. A lot of you men, you lazy. All right? You want the easy way out. If you want a reward in the kingdom, hey, you got to put your hand to the plow. You got to go labor. You got to go put in some work. But if you being an individualite on a couch, watching videos all day, being a wicked husband, and the Most High is gonna get up with you. You bring that out.
God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise.
So if you're a wise man, you're gonna win souls. All right, winning souls. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of ways you can win souls. All right, nevertheless, a majority of the way you can win souls is just simply going out there where the people at, the chief place of concourse. Whether that's a mall, all right, you might have a downtown in your city, whatever city you in. You may have a downtown, a place where, you know, a lot of people reside at. Go down there, get outside, boots on the ground, and go win some souls. All right, go make a difference. Go make a change. Go win souls for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
God, that's right. I mean, for one, you withholding all that wisdom that you had that the Lord gave you, right? You holding all that wisdom that the Lord have gave you and not telling it to nobody else. You just holding it in. I mean, what Job say? He said he was a vent, not a vent. I'm gonna bring it out first. Let's get Job chapter 33, because you got to go out and speak the wisdom that the Lord gave you. There's somebody out there that's literally searching for the truth. They're fasting, but not fasting right? They trying to keep the commandments. They have no understanding, but they trying their best. And for you to stay in the house, now they don't know who they are, right? They go right back into the folly they was doing. They don't even want to try to be righteous no more. And you got a lot of Jakes that's saying Jakes give up really quick. They instantly say, you know what, forget it, I had to do it. But if you was out there, you could have stopped that brother for doing that. Right? Let's get Job, Salakia. Right? Job chapter 33. Bear with me. Job chapter 33 and verse 19. It reads, behold, my belly is as wine which have no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. So the Lord literally told you who you are, an Israelite. He told you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, right? You finding out all the secrets and how America's gonna get destroyed, right? You know, in the other nations, biblical nationalities, right? You know we're in captivity. You know we subject to payments. You know all these things, and you're not going out there and speaking. You just holding it in. They'll figure it out. That's really, you ain't saying that out of the mouth, but that's what you're saying through the spirit. They'll figure it out. It's a kid out there that's going through hell right now, right? And smarter than his own parents. Which we have that. Because it's kids raising kids. But it's kids out there that's smarter than their own parents. And you can end up raising a kid, raising up a Josiah. Right? I'm going to read that again. It says, behold, my belly is as wine which has no vent and is ready to burst like new bottles. Right? So you should be, that all that wisdom, you should be happy to let it out, man. You should happy to tell someone or zealous to tell someone they're an Israelite. Tell them that we're in captivity. Tell them that this world is finna end. They're gonna, hey, if you don't tell them, they're gonna perish, man. If they don't know to repent, so-called black and the Native Americans, right, and the Hispanics, you don't tell them to repent and that the Lord is coming with a sword, that's blood on your hands. Let's get that, Ezekiel. You're gonna have blood on your hands. Like the brother was saying, you just in the house eating Cheetos, eating cereal. All you do is eat cereal all day and watch camp videos. You steady want to watch the Zaba Island, the Raya and Naquams and the Sakaris and read a couple of precepts and just go to sleep. Right? Let's get Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Right? It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hid the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Why are you not warning our people? Why are you not warning your brothers and sisters and the children and the elders? It's elders that don't know anything, man. Just imagine a humble elder, right, that's willing to learn from a young man, right, whatever age you are, and you give him this wisdom and knowledge and understanding from the Most High God. And you know how grateful he will be? But he's literally not knowing anything. Right? Verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood would I require at thy hand. You don't want blood on your hands, man. Because the Lord will literally take you away. He will literally take you away. You could have saved the man. You could have saved his life. I mean, we're the real superheroes. Right? Ultimately, Yahweh Shai is, right? Through the hand of the Most High God. But we the real superheroes. We out here saving lives. We the ones with the capes, going out there, knowing we can die, right? Knowing these other nations, they could just set us up, right? Take us. Hey, that's gonna happen, right? But you gotta.
All right, all praise to the Most High. Right, so let's go to James chapter 5 and 19. All right, James chapter 5 and 19. When you're going out there, I mean, there's many different things that you're doing in one. All right, like we said, you don't have to be a teacher, a reader. You don't even have to be a guy that's best at, watching and holding posts. It's just a plethora of things. Hey, brothers, they gonna, put you to work. You don't have to be in a congregation like we said earlier or a camp to go out in the highways and hedges. You could go, if you that so big or against camps, and you could go out there by yourself. But you have to be out there. That's a commandment by Yahweh Shai. So you can bring that out.
It's the book of James chapter 5 and verse 19. Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death.
Shall what?
Shall save a soul from death.
So imagine you got the ability to save a soul from death. And the Lord saved you from death when he woke you up by the hand. If you wouldn't even be in the truth if it wasn't by 9 times out of 10 somebody out there on the streets. Whether you seen them in person and you walked by and came in this thing, or you seen them teaching out there, you wouldn't even be in the truth at all. So how much more, you going out there, you could bring somebody in the truth. Whether they come out there physically, or they might run across your video. So you have the ability to save a soul from death. Read on.
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
And what?
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
Not only that, you're gonna get sins off you, man. All the sins of your youth. Imagine that. You cleaning yourself up as you go out there. That's why, you know, if you pay attention, a lot of brothers that go out there on the highways and byways, from the moment they start, they tend to always increase, unless they're not sincere. But if they're sincere, they always tend to increase. Why? Because them sins are getting off them and they're having clean hands. Let's go to Job 17:9 real quick. All right. The more clean hands you have, the more mighty you're going to wax. And you got certain brothers, hey, they saying, man, I don't even know about going out today. I'm not feeling it. I'm tired. Read this.
It's the book of Job, chapter 17, verse 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that have clean hands shall be stronger and stronger.
Shall be what?
Shall be stronger and stronger.
See, the more clean hands you have, the more mighty you're going to wax. You're going to start to remember the precepts, and you're going to be applying the precepts. You're going to fast more. You're going to be praying more. You're going to be fervent in the spirit, and you're going to feel blessed. The Most High is going to reward you with spiritual gifts. The people are going to start waking up. More sheep going to start coming up. So on a deeper level, it's bigger than just, I'm going out here because the Lord told me to come out here. It's many different things all in one. If it wasn't for the watchman, like we said earlier, if it wasn't for the watchman being out there, and I mean, and all Israel is made a watchman. That's the brother, he just brought it out in Ezekiel 3. The Lord has made us a watchman. If it wasn't for the watchman, people wouldn't even be in the truth at all. A lot of people wouldn't even be in the truth. All right, let's go to Songs of Solomon, chapter 3 and 4. All right, Songs of Solomon 3 and 4.
This is the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 4. It was but a little that I passed from them, but I...
Start at verse 3. Actually, start from the top.
This is the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. By night on my bed I sought him, whom my soul loveth.
Right, you got certain people, they seeking whom their soul loveth. Who is that thing who them soul loveth? It's really Yahweh Shai, but it's this truth, wisdom. All right, read on.
I saw him, but I found him not.
And now you got a lot of people searching, but they not finding the truth, man. They going in Islam trying to find it. Christianity. You got certain people, they atheists. Eve say she's spiritual. These people, they're finding, people finding for Yahweh. They going in the clubs. All right. They searching for love. That's why certain people, they going to the clubs, man, searching for that love. The whole time they really looking for Yahweh Shai and this truth.
See that?
Read on.
I will rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth.
Now, why is this man going in the streets? All right, can anybody answer me that? Why is he not going in the temples? Why is he not staying at home on the couch? He's going to the streets because he know that the watchman is out there. It's going to be some type of prophets to be. Hey, the prophets have always been out there, man. They've always been on the highways and the hedges since the time of Adam. Right? You can hold that real quick and get Genesis 3 and 7. All right. Genesis chapter 3 and 7.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 7. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig trees together and made themselves aprons.
Right.
And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day.
So you had the voice of the Lord out there. Who is the voice of the Lord? All right. Is that the Most High's actual literal voice? Like we always say. And he's saying, Adam, what hast thou done? No, that's not the direct voice of the Most High. The voice of the Lord is the prophets. Right. All right. Hey, Jeremiah, he was the voice of the Lord, man. He was literally the direct voice of the Lord. Whatever the Lord said, he put that in the mouth of Jeremiah. And Jeremiah, he spoke that. All right, let's link that up with Luke chapter 1 and verse 73, I believe. It's
the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us,
right,
to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he will grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. And thou, child, shalt be called the prophet of the Most Highest.
Go to verse 69.
Verse 69, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets.
Right, as he spoke by the prophets, we're doing.
Which have been since the world began.
Now, this is a new thing.
Since the world began.
Right, this going out on the highways and byways, this is not just something that's new. It's just, now it's being recorded. That's the only thing different. It's men always, they was always on the highways and the hedges, man. The mighty men of the Lord. So they have prophets that been out there since the world began. And those prophets that was during the time of Adam, they got on Adam, man. All right, saying, why did you go off and sin? So when you read Songs of Solomon, let's go back to that Songs of Solomon chapter 3.
All right, it's the book of Songs of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 2. I will rise now and go about the city and the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I saw him, but I found him not.
Right.
The watchmen that go about the city found me.
The what?
The watchmen that go about the city found me.
See that? So the watchman was out there during this, whoever this man is. I mean, you don't even know. Right? A lot of scholars say, when you read the book of Songs of Solomon, that, that was actually talking about Solomon. We don't know if that's 100% true, but that's a very well said hypothesis. All right, that the Song of Solomon could be talking about Solomon in one way. So you don't know who this man is, and you don't know who. You could be out there on the highways and byways. You catch somebody. Yeah, hey, what's your nationality? Hey, what's our history, bro? Like, there's no slavery was in the Bible. Whole time that's the prophet Nahum back on the earth, and you waking him up, or Haggai. So guess what? The watchmen, hey, they grabbed them up. Read on.
To whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loveth.
Meaning, hey, I'm looking for this truth. Did you see this man who my soul loveth? Because when you come into this thing, hey, your soul is really inclined with this truth. It already resonates with it. Because it already resonated with it from the foundation of the world. Read on.
Verse 4, it was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth.
Right.
I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me.
See that? And this man found his truth, found wisdom because of the watchman. All right, let's go to Nehemiah chapter 8. Let's start at verse 7. All right. Because you got a lot of brothers, they think that this going out on highways and the hedges, this stuff is new. Or you guys made that up. That's what they say, man. They say, oh, y'all, but it wasn't doing that in the ancient world, man. Oh, you guys made that up. Well, we finna go into the precepts and let God be true and every man a liar. Bring that out.
It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 7. Also, Jeshua and Benaiah and Sherebiah and Jamin and Akub and Shabbatai, Hodijah and Messiah, Kelita, Azariah, Josabad, Hanan, and Peliah, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their place.
Right, so they having these men to understand the law, and they stood in their place. When we out there, don't we stand in one place, man? Don't we hold order? We have one brother on this side, one brother on this side. Brothers holding posts. Might have fishers out there. Read on.
Right. So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly.
We out there reading in the book of the law, man. All right, we got other books too, but for the most part, we out there teaching out of the Bible. Read on.
Right, and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading.
So somebody read and another brother giving the sense. Right, they was doing that in the ancient world, man. So you need to be able to labor. All right, let's go to Proverbs 20 and 4. All right, Proverbs chapter 20 and 4.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 20 verse 4. The sluggard would not plow by reason of the cold.
Read that again.
The sluggard would not plow by the reason of the cold.
Yeah, you got certain brothers saying, yeah, I'm not going out there. Hey, we really had a brother. It's a true story. Right, this one brother I know, he in a different congregation. But, you know, this one, we was all first coming in. Right? One of the brothers said, hey, I need you to come out here and help me labor. The brother literally only hit him up 3 times a year to labor. Every other time the brother hit him up to labor, he didn't want to labor. He only labored 3 times a year. Hey, that's off, man. You only doing the work 3 times a year when you want to. Then after that, he just stopped laboring. You got certain brothers saying that, oh, it's too cold outside. All right. The Lord just said the sluggard would not plow by reason of the cold. So what if it's cold outside, man? Didn't the Lord say, endure all things for the elect's sake? Right? Didn't the Lord say, be instant in season and out of season? Reprove, rebuke, and exhort with all long suffering? Hey, we don't care if it's 5 degrees outside, man. Now, we're not going to be over righteous and keep men out there for 10 hours and hold a 10-hour camp. But best believe that we're going to be out there. We don't care if it's 100 degrees outside. It's a tornado. You certain brothers, they taught in a tornado, man, which is mighty, right? Which is over mighty. Imagine it's a volcano going off, you teaching the words of the Lord. A certain man, they done taught in thunderstorms. All right. Imagine you teaching, it's a tsunami going off. All right. An earthquake. These men, they have high level of determination for the Most High. So only a slothful man would say it's too cold outside, I can't plow right now. All right, you read that again?
Right. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 4. The sluggard would not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. See that? He not gonna plow, but then when it's all said and done, he's gonna be begging. Because when the time of the harvest come, he didn't plow. Because he was lazy. He didn't do any work. So when the harvest come, hey, he's not gonna have no fruit. And that harvest on a spiritual level is when Yahweh Shah returns. Let's get that in Matthew chapter 13. All right, let me get that in Matthew 13, and I believe that's 38. It's the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 38. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom. Right. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world. The what? The harvest is the end of the world. So the harvest is the end of the world, man. Right? The harvest is when Yahweh Shah comes back. That's going to be the end of the world. So when you read Proverbs 20 and 4, it says, he shall beg and harvest. Because when the end of the world comes, he's going to be begging. He's not going to have any fruit. Why? Because he was so slothful and he made excuses, didn't want to do the work, wasn't a real man of the Lord, on the couch watching Esau getting sliced up, eating Cheetos, feed up, being a wicked husband at home. I mean, it's demons that come with just staying at home all day, man. All right. You start being a lion in your house. All right. You just going off. And the Lord said, get up, go instruct the people. Right, let's go to 2nd Hedges 1 and 5. All right, 2nd Hedges chapter 1 and 5. This is the book of 2nd Hedges, chapter 1 and verse 5. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds.
It says what?
Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds.
The Lord said, get up, go show thy people their sinful deeds. You have to get up, man. There's only so much you could do behind a computer. All right? There's only so much you could do behind a YouTube video or a TikTok. Get your A up and go show his people their sinful deeds. Now, of course, you have to be, in order to go out there, you don't want to go out there, and that's why it's good to team up with brothers that's sincere, but you don't want to just go out there by yourself. It's your first day in the truth. You want to be built up to some type of fashion. If you're not built up, hey, go out there, go get built up, man. What you doing?
Right? And their children, their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them.
Right.
For they have gotten me and have offered unto strange gods.
And that's what happened, man. Our people, they offering into strange gods. Hey, we finna go to the beach today. It's finna be wickedness up there, man. People finna be smoking weed up there. Eve finna be lusting after brothers. No clothes on. Jake finna try to go get on just barbecuing. It's gonna be cutting into the Sabbath day, the Shabbat. Jake gonna be trying to get on Eve. There's gonna be a lot of spirits. There's gonna be homosexuals down there, man. We gotta show our people their sinful deeds. Alright, you got it.
God. Alright. That's right, man. I'm gonna get that was the spirit too. Cause this is nothing new. Right? You find out what was a sin or what that was bad to the Most High God, right? What he doesn't want you to do. Hey, you gotta go out there and tell it to the people, man. You have to go out there and tell it to the people. Let's get 2 Kings chapter 23. Alright. It's the book of 2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, and the king sent, and they gathered unto him all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of the Lord, and all the men of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with him, and the priests and the prophets and all the people, both small and great. And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of the Lord. And that's what we do out there, man. We literally gather everybody together. All the Jakes and the Eve that's in sin, we gather them together and we read the book of the covenant in their ears, right? Because when you go out there and you tell them about this truth, you literally put the fear of the Most High in them. Because they don't fear the Lord, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know that the Lord is bringing the sword. I mean, they don't know how to love their brother. They don't know how to love their wives, husbands, etc. They don't even know themselves, first and foremost. So when you out there, that's what we literally doing, right? Let me go back. Because when Josiah find out what was in the book, what was in this book, he literally was devastated, man. He said, man, we was going off. So while you out there in the house, while you in the house on the couch, you reading the words of the Lord, you found out something that you were doing, right? You repenting, you fasting, right? You teaching yourself. You should be, once you learn, you should be able to go out there and tell somebody else, because somebody else don't know, right? This 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse, let me see, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, and Hilkiah the high priest said unto Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of the Lord. And Hilkiah gave the book of Shaphan, and he read it. And Shaphan the scribe came to the king and brought the king word again, and said, the servants have gathered the money that was found in the house, and had delivered it into the hand of them that do the work, that have the oversight of the house of the Lord. And Shaphan the scribe showed the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest have delivered me. That's me. Right, so like I'm gonna read that again. And Shaphan the scribe, this 2 Kings chapter 22 verse 10. And Shaphan the scribe showed the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest have delivered me a book. And Shaphan read it before the king. And it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes. Right? And you should have that spirit when you read the words of the Most High. You realize you was going off. Right? You realize you wasn't loving yourself correctly. You was dishonoring the Most High God. You wasn't loving your brother. All things you was doing was not according to the Most High. Hey, you should rent your clothes. And then once you find that out, you got to tell other, hey man, we Israelites so-and-so. You got to go out there and tell them. And if not, that blood is on your hands, man. And so he gathered all the people together, what happened in the 23rd chapter, and read them the words of the law, man. Right? Let me get Sirach chapter 4. Right? Can't be making excuses out here, man. I mean, you should love to want to go out there and tell the people, even if you at work. Right? You see a brother thirsty, you see a Jake thirsty for knowledge, or a sister, they want to learn so much. Hey, you should tell them. I mean, watch your words, but you should tell them, man. Sirach chapter 4 and verse 23. It says, and refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty. You don't want to hide wisdom that the Lord gave you, man. Why are you hiding that? Go out there and warn the people, right? Be an example. Right? Judah chapter 8 verse 24. Right? Verse 24 says, for by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. So how can somebody even learn if somebody come up and teach them? So you have to go out there and teach them, man. And if you holding that in, you just sitting on the words of the Most High, right? Just out there just scratching yourself and watching camp videos. I mean, hey, the Lord gonna do something about that, right? I got one more precept. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 13. It says, the slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. Like the brother was going to, making excuses, right? I mean, the Lord not dealing with excuses, man. If the Lord telling you to go out there, you got to go do it, man. If the Lord wants you to go pass out flyers, like you don't have to teach, you go out there and do it, man. Right? If you only know Deuteronomy 28, hey, go tell the brother that. You don't have to go into, you know, the deep secrets and all these other things. Hey, man, if you know about the curses, tell our people the curses, man. You don't always have to be just one of the, you ain't got to be that deep brother or sister, right? Verse, I'm going to read that again. The slothful man said, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doeth the slothful upon his bed. Right? So as the door upon the hinges, hey, that's how these brothers be, man. They don't want to go to camp. They tell I'm too tired. He get off work, man. I ain't trying to go to camp, man. We can't take a break. Close camp. Let's just go. I mean, it's the beginning of Shabbat. It's still gonna be the Shabbat. Tomorrow it's still Saturday, ain't it? That's off. Right? The Lord ain't dealing with damn. You just want to go to bed. I'll just do a video. Brother, go out there and teach, man. Right? What you got out?
Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 10 and 1. Right? So we encouraging, whether you're in a camp, not in a camp, go out there on the highways and the hedges, man. All right? Go out there, whether it's brothers in your city. Like we said, there's too many brothers that's just idle, man. And you're not laboring. We need sincere, we don't just need any brother, but we need sincere brothers all on one accord to help us build up the nation. All right? And you can bring that out. Okay.
This is the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them two and two before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come.
Right.
Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great.
It says what?
The harvest truly is great.
Hey, the harvest is great. So much work to put in. I mean, you could just eat up. If you really want to, hey, you could, as much as you want your reward to be in the kingdom, you could do all of that right now. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet when it comes to doing the work. So the harvest is great. Read on.
The harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few.
But the what?
But the laborers are few.
There's not a lot of laborers, man. We need laborers to help build up the nation. So you need to go out there. You need to start laboring, man. If you haven't been laboring, go start laboring. Or else the Lord is going to requite that of you. And then the harvest is going to come. And you're going to be poor and desolate. And the Lord ultimately is going to destroy you. All right? Read on.
But the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
Hey, and you know, for the righteous women of the Lord, hey, you could pray that the Most High just send forth laborers into his harvest. All right? Hey, the women, you could just, throw up as many prayers for that as you can. And the Lord is going to start to give that increase slowly. All right? Got one more. Let me get John 21:15. Classic. All right, so if you look into labor, put in some type of work to help build up the nation, and you could comment your city in the comment section, man. And somebody gonna get back to you. You might link up with a brother in the same city as you, go out, start doing the work. You want to do something so that you're not idle. Bring that out.
You want 21 what?
15.
This is the book of John, chapter 21, verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?
Right.
He said unto me, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
He said what?
Feed my lambs.
Right, so the Lord asks Peter, hey, do you love me? Read on.
He said to him again,
Give me, Yahushua was sure. And it's gonna help everybody out. It's gonna be that much easier.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 43. And he said unto them, I must preach the kingdom of God to other cities also.
Hey, that was the mind of our Lord and Savior. I must preach the kingdom of God to other cities. You want to be in that spirit. Again, you don't have to be called a teacher. Like we said earlier, if you just in the back throwing up prayers, man, I wish I could do that, man. Pray for the camp for the whole time of camp, man. And get on fire. Now every brother's on, that's beautiful. But we just need hardy soldiers to do the work of the Most High. With no pride, all in sincerity. Alright? But with that, we're going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. Lord willing, this video is edifying. If you're an Israelite man, comment your city below in the comment section, and somebody will get back to you. We have a lot of work to put in and a lot of things to accomplish before Yahushua comes back. With that, I'm saying shalom.